Mm-hmm.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Whiskey Tango Talk.
You should do like the Robin Williams, like "Good Morning Vietnam," but like "Good Morning Quail Family" or "Good Evening Quail Family."
Good evening, Quail family.
Yes. Okay, I guess we can.
Yeah.
That's enough.
Sorry.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah. Blah, blah, blah.
Too dumb. This is.
I'm Brandon from Whiskey Tango Farms.
Kristin from Whiskey Tango Farms. We're smack dab in the middle of Wisconsin with crazy weather. So, you know, the usual.
Snow, rain, ice, sleet.
And repeat. Mother Nature, this is her mood swing time of year. So, you know, it's just how it is. All 4 seasons in one day. Anywho, welcome to Whiskey Tango Talk. For those of you that tune in all the time, like, thank you very much. We love having you here. If you're new here, that's awesome. Basically, we come hang out every Wednesday at 7 p.m. Central. We talk about quail, rabbits, gardening, homesteading, self-sufficiency. There's random, like, squirrel moments on my part. Well, your part sometimes too, but mainly my fault.
What?
And, like, story time. Like, I have squirrel syndrome really bad. I think the professionals call it like ADD, but anywho, so we just kind of talk and it's a very friendly environment, but definitely feel free to ask questions. There is no such thing as a stupid question, except the one you don't ask. Although I have worked in customer service, so just ask your questions. We'd be happy to help you out. And if we don't know, we'll find out. And a lot of times people will know in the comments as well. Just keep it positive and clean. We obviously are here on YouTube. This dual streams on YouTube and Facebook at the same time. So not sure where you're watching us from, but we have a YouTube, Facebook, Instagram. Our website is whiskeytangofarms.net. We ship hatching eggs nationwide. We're NPIP certified. And Brandon sells some stacking egg trays. We sell like just random merchandise as well, like around Christmas we had a poster and t-shirts and lots of fun stuff. So check us out, whiskeytangofarms.net. You can always email us as well at info@whiskeytangofarms.net. We are all caught up on our eggs. Everything is on stock, is in stock online. I will repeat that since I butchered it. All of our stuff is in stock on our website, which is online. So go check it out. It's a really good feeling. Like, I was having like actual like panic attacks about not having stuff in stock. And I know people are like, oh, it's okay to wait, blah, blah, blah. But I don't like it. I don't like people having to wait any more than a week. So hopefully it's a busy season, but I feel better that stuff is at least like in stock. So you can order it right now. Here on YouTube for the stream, Ed and Verna are our moderators. So thank you very much to them for volunteering their time. We greatly appreciate it. Let's see. Oh, we are going to be doing a model call here soon. As soon as I finish the graphics and details and stuff, probably today or tomorrow. We are going to be doing our model call for our Quail Daddies calendar for 2023. And if you haven't seen the images floating around the internet of Quail Daddies 2022, Mr. April here. I can't wait to flip you up on a calendar in a couple weeks.
You mean on Friday?
Yeah, that'll be the best Friday ever. Be like, go from March to Mr. April. This farmer's tan, it's real nice. Anyways, so we're doing our Quail Daddies 2023. So we'll do a model call for that. And then we're also going to do Quail Mamas this year. Again, all the details will be in the model call, but they'll be kind of like themed again and stuff to make it fun. And then those will go into production here starting in spring and then early summer, and hopefully we can even have some available at Quail Con, which brings me to my next subject, Quail Con. If you haven't heard, Quail Con is a quail convention that is put on over at my shire. We co-host with them. It was kind of a crazy idea I came up with, and I kept kind of like pestering Zach about it, and he either got really sick of me asking, or he's like, maybe it's a good idea. But anyways, they very generously open up their farm because we don't have room for all that, and that will be on Labor Day weekend, not Memorial Day weekend, at my shire in Miamisburg, Ohio. Tickets are available on myshirefarm.com. and there's well, I know some people will be camping. I'm not sure if there's any camping passes yet left. No. Okay. No more camping passes, but there are hotels. The one we stayed at, I think, was 7 to 8 minutes away from the property. Not bad at all, honestly. Wow. Just everything gone. Oh, there's going to be a quail dinner on Saturday night. All the details are on my sharefarm.com, and I'm drawing a blank right now, and I'm really sorry. There are lots of groups on Facebook that I do recommend as well. If we don't get your question here or whatever, or you don't feel comfortable asking, which you can ask anything here, it's fine. There's Newbie Quail Lovers. So that's a really, really good one. It's a huge group, lots of very helpful people. Quail for Profit, Quail Call, Self-Sufficient Quail, Quail in the Kitchen. So those are all really good ones that I recommend. And then, of course, while you're here, if you can please hit like on this video and maybe check out some of our other videos as well and hit like on those and share those. That's the best way to get the word out about how awesome quail are and rabbits and homesteading and self-sufficiency and yeah. But we're getting up there in numbers, and it's kind of exciting and crazy and scary at the same time. But so hit like, subscribe, the notification bell, please. And then hopefully going forward, we're going to have more time for videos and such besides just the lives, because I'm only part-time now at my job. I was a manager, and now I'm just part-time. I took a couple weeks of PTO to catch my breath and catch up around here. And I think that's part of the reason that we got caught up on orders and stuff. So it's really good things are happening. So hopefully once I get my feet under me a little bit more, we can do more videos. So I have lots of ideas. It's just finding time to do them and then edit them, but we're getting there. So hang tight. Thank you for your support. Okay. That was really long. I'm really sorry. Okay, here we go.
Did you ask everybody to comment where they're from?
Oh, I even wrote it down. So when I said we hang out and we just talk about whatever, if you could tell us where you're from, because we're super weird and find it interesting to know where everybody's from. And you don't even have to be exact or whatever. If that, you don't have to be my address is blah, blah, blah. Just say I'm from Wisconsin or I'm from Central Missouri or whatever. So it's just fun to see. So anyhow, do you want to read or do you want me to read? I feel like I'm talking too much. I think you have a couple things that aren't on my screen. My mouth is very dry. Too much talking. Oh, so first up, Ed posted our URL or our website, whiskeytinglefarms.net. Thank you. And then he said, glad everyone could come and hang out. What's your first one there? Okay. Southern Game Birds, good evening. What is your availability on hatching eggs? Looking to get some soon. Oh, well, great. Hopefully you caught the announcement, but if not, we're all caught up on everything. Everything is in stock. I think everything, if you order tonight or tomorrow, I'd imagine your stuff would go out within a week. So yeah. But we have all sorts of cool colors over there. So, and if I know, don't be afraid to message us and be hey, what's the difference between this and this and blah, blah, blah. We get a lot of those questions, and I am obsessed with all the variations we have. So I actually really like talking about them. So I'd be happy to help you out. So let us know. But yeah, we will love to have you. Verna is in the house. She says, evening, everyone. Hello, hello. Thanks for joining us. Again, Verna is one of our moderators, as is Ed Got Bait. And then I think, okay, so now we'll switch over because now it's on here.
We have Joy
Guthrie.
Says, hello from Western Oregon.
Are you sure you don't want me to read tonight?
No, I haven't spoken, so I just got to get the bugs out.
I know, my mouth is dry. Do you think drink?
No.
Darn.
Jesse Mills is here. Says, good evening, everybody. Good evening,
Hi.
Jesse. Tiggle Trunks in the house.
Kelly.
Hey, guys. Hello. Genuine Toe Tag says, hello, everyone from Oregon. Hello.
Hey,
thank you for joining.
Another Oregonian. Kind of sounds like origami, but it's Oregonian.
Joy says, waiting on a man to come pick me up in the last breeding set I have. Also working on building a brooder out of pallets to use in the barn. Awesome.
We love our pallets.
Interesting. Yeah, I have another unique use coming up for pallets. So that'll be fun.
Or pallet junkies.
Well, and it's nice. We're very fortunate to get pallets free just next door. So we have quite a supply of them. Joy says the clear tubs aren't going to be big enough for as many as I want to hatch this year. Oh, definitely not. I know
Time
that.
to upgrade. We have that problem too.
Juanita Fields is here. Hello.
Hello,
How's it
Juanita. Long time no see.
Juanita says, I am back in Wisconsin.
Whoop, whoop.
Look at that.
Welcome,
Awesome.
just in time for the weather to be sassy. Wait, it's always like that. It's Wisconsin. Welcome back.
Ed says, hi. Hi. What's up, Ed? Verna says, only 2 minutes late.
It's his fault. Oh, look, there's a bus.
I blame both of us.
So
We sat down here 10 minutes beforehand, and then
he even said, he's like, we're so prepared. I feel super weird. And he got up to you were shaving or something. I heard the razor, thing.
Well, I had a weird hair way up here.
So that's why we were late. And I was thinking up my my announcements and stuff because I left my notebook downstairs and I was trying to write them in my phone. And all of a sudden I looked up, I'm like, it's 7:01. I'm like, oh my God, sit down. Just like old times.
Dennis Peels here says, good evening, all Missouri in the house.
Whoop, whoop.
Good evening.
Oh, you lied to me.
Yeah, I did.
Oh.
Just don't drink it all. Tommy Texters, hello from Aaron, Tennessee. Hello, thanks for joining the Whiskey Tango talk tonight. Alan says, eggs came in yesterday. Have them sit out until tomorrow. Well, good luck on the hatch. Keep us posted.
Let us know if you have questions.
We always like to hear how the hatches go and everything. So
yes, we just got a message from somebody that got eggs from us actually
locally-ish
at a swap, and they're like, look at the babies. I'm like, it never gets old. And then when it's one of your customers hatching stuff out, it's super cool. So we like our update pictures from you guys.
Witch Doctor is in the house. Says hello, everybody.
Hey, hey. I don't know what that bobble thing was. Sorry.
And I said, you can get your eggs and quail items at Whiskey Tango Farms.
Go get you some. Go get you some eggs.
Witch Doctor says I have squirrel syndrome too.
Yes.
I think a lot of people do.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just really bad at it.
It depends on what I have. Sometimes I'm okay, and sometimes I'm just meh.
Jennifer Myers says, hello all. Trade you, we have fires in East Tennessee and high winds. Rain to hit later tonight. Ugh.
Yikes. Well, stay safe. That's
Good luck.
Scary. We've both, when we were younger, I don't say we haven't been in fires, but we've been very close to fires, before we met. And it is scary. And things can change very drastically, very quickly. So stay safe.
Yeah.
Yeah, you keep. I don't say you keep that. I'm grateful for my Mother Nature weirdness over here.
Yeah, we had thunder and lightning last night.
Yeah,
but
I was
not
taking
really
an online class, and I kept muting because I was like, ah.
Psycho Ward 360's in the house. Says hello, Quail friends.
Hey,
hello, Mr. Quail friend, to yourself. Jasmine Bass is here. Says hey, friends.
Hey, girl, hey.
Hey, Jasmine. Josh Punk Rock Gardens here. Hello.
I love that name.
You're just a fruit.
I am. You love me.
Got somebody on Facebook. I don't know how to say the name. Sorry. Nazrev OJ. Hey there. I love Quail Talks. LOL.
Woo. Yeah, we can talk quail. We can talk quail a whole lot.
Yeah. And see, Verna says camping tickets are gone. Yeah.
Rip. But to be fair, they're I said, they're opening up their property for this. So they did the best they we're very grateful. So, but yeah, I know somebody was asking about the quail. So there's a group on Facebook called Quail Con 2022. So if you buy tickets, you can go there and like kind of talk with other people that are going. We have like a map of like what states are all going. And I know somebody asked like if there's gonna be a shuttle from hotels to the farm, and there's not going to be. But if there's a bunch of you like at the same hotel, like I don't see any reason why you can't carpool or something, you know. So go for it. Oof, cold chill. Sorry.
Wish Doctor says book your hotel now.
Yep.
Yeah, it's better to get it in there earlier.
You skipped one.
Oh, and says hi, Quail friends. Hello.
Hey. Those two pictures kind of look the same though, so that's
your face looks similar.
You see, I gotta put up with you over here.
I got bait says, quail happy meal.
Yes.
Yes. Great question says, how many roos and hens do you have?
Oh boy.
Yep.
Well, in total we have about 600 breeders. So, and we do 4 females, well, around 600. And we do 4 males, or 4, not 4 males, no. 4 females to 1 male. We recommend, like if you're doing self-sufficiency, like for yourself, a 5 hen to 1 roo ratio, but we don't do that. So we actually probably have about 500. No, we have a lot. It's, you know what? Friends don't count other friends' quail.
Begs the Loves here says, hello all. Hello. Thanks for joining.
I am not going to admit publicly how many quail I have.
Jennifer Meyer says, I am downsizing for a bit. Work is getting in the way. I have give all that asked for eggs and teens for your info and Zach's info. Oh, thank you.
Appreciate it. Go.
Narsrev OJ is from Sacramento, California.
Lots of West Coasters.
Vern is from Ohio.
Ohio.
Ed says, like, subscribe, hit the notification bell. That makes me happy.
Ding, ding, ding.
Jasmine says, Southwest Missouri.
You're really bad.
Wish Doctor.
He's accidentally skipping people. I promise he's not doing it on purpose.
I'm
you guys.
not.
Oh, you are doing it on purpose?
No. The weirdo. Wish Doctor says, Las Vegas in the house.
Yay. I love Las Vegas.
It's overrated. Josh's Punk Rock Garden says there. Upstate New York here. That's beautiful country up there.
See, I haven't been up there. So maybe sometime we can go to New York and then we can also go to Vegas. I want to go to New York. I want to see, I know that's different.
It's different. But
I know. I want to go to New York City too.
New York City?
Because I really want to see, I really want to play the No Sleep Till Brooklyn song. Like while driving to Brooklyn. On
the Brooklyn Bridge?
Sure. And then I really want to go see the World Trade Center Memorial. Like I really want to see the fountains, like the black square fountain thing.
The infinity pool.
Yeah. But I also really want to go into the museum where they have like the beams.
Parts of the wreckage.
Yeah. Like, cause when I was in, I think 4th grade.
Story time with Kristin.
Sorry. Whatever. If you're new here, welcome to Story Time with Kristin. Just kidding. Okay, I'll keep it short. In 2001, when 9/11,
what was that?
A tripod. When 9/11 happened, like I was like, I don't know. I think for everybody, like it was very like emotional and stuff. So I really want to go there. That'd be very important to me to see. But okay, story time's over. Yay! That's like a record. Anywho,
Begs Loves from North Carolina.
Yay!
That's awesome.
Now we got some more East Coasters over here now.
Jesse's from Northwest Iowa. Awesome.
Midwest.
Truck 3 Wardens, 2 hours north of us. Cool.
Cool. Some bear country up there. I just entered my, I missed it for this year, the bear lottery or whatever, like the bear hunting lottery. But I was thinking, so I entered in for 2023, but I was like, I don't even know where I would go, man. It's not like I can, like, we're in the suburbs. So I would have to go on some public land, but I would probably want to go up north. So.
Verna's asking who has their tickets for Quail Con 2022 yet.
Yeah,
I don't.
considering it. I don't know, man. I'm not sure yet. I'm a little on the fence. We're totally going.
Yeah, it's cool.
We'll be there. So we're actually speaking too. And Verna is speaking. Jasmine is going to be doing like a little side thing about bees, I believe. Maybe.
I don't know.
Well, I'm going to be asking her about bees. So.
Bees.
Yeah. Well, I found out now that
the bee's knees.
It is the bee's knees. That I can go to an allergist and like have them test me for different kinds of bees.
I actually found a test online that you can send in or do.
Oh, it's like why? So I can have go into anaphylactic shock in my house. That sounds fun. Yeah. I have EpiPens like everywhere, so I mean they're like all expired, but I'm sure they'll work-ish. Anywho, I want to learn about bees because I think they're really cool. They're the bee's knees. What was that? Oh, Zach has me talking, and he just posted a video. He wants help deciding what the topic should be. So go check out his video on that to comment like what you want him to talk about. We're going to have Colin back there talking about quail feed. We're going to have the NPIP people there talking about avian influenza and the pylori, Salmonella pylorums, whatever. My brain just broke. Sorry. So they're going to be talking about biosecurity, basically. George is going to be talking about the breeding program that they have there. We're going to be doing something on genetics, but I wanted to make sure that I wanted to, because I think George is kind of talking about their breeding program at my share, not necessarily genetics, but I need to make sure we're like not talking about the same thing, I guess.
Maybe I'll talk about genetics.
You definitely could, because I know that you say you don't listen to me, but he does. He knows his stuff. I know there's something that was suggested that I should talk about, but I'm a little on the fence about it yet. So it does involve genetics, but we'll see. So anywho.
Quail Town wants to know, what is SLB?
Oh, sex-linked brown. So sex-linked brown, honestly, most people with like jumbo pharaohs or wild type, whatever you want to call them, a lot of people have sex-linked brown. And that's like what jumbo browns are specifically, because it just whatever. But visually, honestly, the difference is only visual, like on the plumage. So it doesn't affect the meat or the health of them or anything. But a lot of times they'll have a very dark mask, and a pharaoh male, for instance, should have like a stripe here, and then should be like white under his chin and like very defined lines and chin strap. With sex-linked brown, a lot of times I kind of get like muddied and blurred, that line, and it usually won't be white. I actually really don't mind the look of sex-linked. Oh, and a lot of times they'll have like an X or a V on their back, especially the males. I don't really mind the way it looks, to be honest. Like, I don't know. I think that I know there's a lot of talk about like a good breeder won't have that, but to me, I could get rid of it if I wanted to, but I don't care about it enough to, like, I know I keep track of what quail I'm crossing where and stuff. So if I have an experimental color that I'm trying to make, I already know what I use to cross them. So if they have the sex-linked brown like muddying up the look a little bit, I don't care. Like, I still know like what it was, because that's the biggest complaint about sex-linked brown, is that people are like, oh, well, then you don't know what you have. But I do know what I have. So I could get rid of it, but I don't. I kind of like it. Smite me if you must, but I like sex-linked brown.
Psycho Ward 360 says they're in Vegas, but hopefully Tennessee soon.
Woohoo!
Tennessee. You guys are going to Tennessee.
Tennessee. There's a lot of really pretty land available out there right now.
There is, huh?
Yeah. One of my Facebook friends on my farm page, they keep posting really pretty houses out there. I'm not moving to Tennessee. I'll consider Missouri, but not Tennessee. And only if my mom comes with us. You want to live in the state of Missouri? Oh, this was every day with you, babe. I can't. You walked right into that one. I couldn't just leave that joke hanging there.
Witch Doctor says, we sold 30 birds this weekend. So that's awesome. Congratulations.
That's amazing. That's a super cool feeling.
Jasmine says, I have tickets for Quail Con 22
Woohoo!
and
Yay.
Quail Lunchbox. Congrats. I can't wait to meet you in person. That's
crazy to think that I've never even met Jasmine.
In person?
Yeah. Dude, it's going to be like at least a 10-minute hug. Like...
That's gonna be weird.
Okay, maybe 10 seconds.
Jenny Wintotag says, when did you start seeing success in your quail business, and how did you know or when it was going to work out?
Well, we kind of had, this was an accident. So I just wanted some quail, and then we started selling some, and I'm like, oh, cool. I made enough to pay the feed bill, or half the feed bill, even, like just little things, and like, or covering the shavings, the shavings we use is $6 a thing. I'm like, I sold 2 or 3 chicks or whatever, and now I can go buy some shavings. Like, I don't know. So just keeping track of it, I guess. I didn't at first, but then when I started seeing, like, kind of thinking of it that way, because he's more of the businessman, and like because he was helping me go to swaps and stuff, he's like, well, like, if you think about it, you made this much, and like blah blah, and like you're doing really good. So I didn't really even know that we were doing good.
We'd get done with the swap, and she's like, cool, we made this much money. I'm like, but really, we only made this much.
But I was still like, oh, but we made money. Mm-hmm. So I don't know. What was the actual question? Sorry, I feel like I'm getting a little squirrely. Oh, when did you start seeing success in your when?
Pretty quick.
Yeah, like, so we had a swap maybe 4, 5, 6 months after we got quail, probably about 4 or 5. And like, we sold out. We took a lot of birds. It's not like we only took a couple birds, and we sold out within 2.5 hours. And I was like, and everybody else still had like all their chickens and guinea pigs and rabbits and whatever. And I was like, oh my God, we did really good. So that's when I was like, maybe this can be a little bit more than a hobby. So I guess it was kind of quick, but now, I mean, since I started quail, and now like I would consider the business like really taking off with enough that like I can drop down to part-time. It's been, a couple of years, 1.5 years. Yeah. Yeah, because we just did that first swap we did when we first started, like our very first swap. We went to that same swap here just a couple weeks ago, and like even though our very first one was very successful, this one was like a huge difference, like in the amount of birds we sold and the people we talked to and the people that like remembered us and stuff. I'm like, oh, and like at the more local swap here, the PK Amherst swap, like we're called the Quail people. And I'm like, okay, I've been called way worse things in my life. So it's kind of cool. Like, I guess I consider that success is like seeing other people like that we sold quail to, posting about their quail and being successful and like getting people to try it. And when we have so many messages, so I guess it's not just financial success is what I should say. But when we have so many messages saying like, oh, my daughter is allergic to chicken eggs and they can eat quail eggs now. Like, to me, that's success. So I guess that was kind of a really long indirect answer. Sorry.
Begs Love says, I have my Quail Con tickets and dinner.
Woohoo! Awesome. Everybody will have to put their like username on their name tag, like your real name and your username, and then maybe like where you're from. That'd be cool. So, because I know that was a thing last year, like somebody would come up to us and they're like, hi, how are you? I'm like, good. How and who are you? And then they would say, I'm like, okay, I still don't know who you are. And then they would say their username, like for YouTube. I'm like, oh, you don't look like a, generic picture that you have on here. So yeah.
Witch Doctor said, so I got the cutest tree this week, a mini weeping pussy willow tree.
Oh,
that's pretty cool.
They were selling those at Metro Market, and I really wanted to buy one. I was going to go back and see if they had one. Yeah, they were only like this tall, like maybe a foot tall. But I remember looking at it, I was like, you'll kill me if I spend I think it was like $12 or $15. And like, it was like the Charlie Brown version of a weeping pussy willow tree. Like, it was sad, like sad looking. I mean, maybe that's why it's called a weeping willow, because it looks sad. Or it's a pussy willow, not a weeping willow. Never mind. Don't listen to me. Anyways, I didn't buy it, but good for you. You'll have to send me pictures. Maybe I should go visit Metro Market and see if it's still there.
Verna says your grand chicks are now ready for cages, but I will keep them in the brooder until I finish culling
The old
batch.
Awesome.
Mr. Dale's in the house says, good evening, everybody. Transplanting 250 onions into cups currently. Early season crops planted today. Awesome.
You've got more onions coming, sir.
Yeah.
I don't know when. They should be calling soon, I would think.
I would have thought they would call. I have to call them. So Urban Farm says, good night, guys. How are y'all doing? Pretty
Not
good.
too shabby. Thanks for joining us.
So Swanson says, oh no, I'm late. Hey y'all from South Central in the Mid-South. The quail is safe in the kitchen. Okay.
It sounds like a code word. The quail is safe in the kitchen. I repeat, the quail is safe in the kitchen. Seriously though, stay safe. I think he said it was super stormy.
Alan says high wind here too. Mekor Acres Rick says, good evening, quail folk. Hope everyone is safe and well. Good evening to you. Debbie says, hi, y'all. It's crazy storm last night.
Dang. Everybody's having storms. Mother Nature is sassy everywhere. It's not just Wisconsin. Sorry that she got over to you guys too.
Flew to Coop Farm says, woke up at midnight last night with tornado sirens going off as we headed to the basement and everything turned out okay. Missouri.
Glad you're all right and didn't have any, casualties on the farm or anything. That's scary.
Verna says, I will say this, I get over 50 eggs a day.
I hear you.
We get that much too.
Yes. Yeah, except she's like, gotta eat them or sell them as balut or whatever. Like, I remember we used to like have a lot sitting around all the time.
James Willis, DBA, Southeast Game Birds. Don't feel bad. I have around 700 to 800 quail, LOL.
The sad thing is I want more. We would need a bigger barn. But like, I think it's funny because the one day at the post office, the lady, I don't even think it was the post office lady. I get asked by people like waiting in line because I'm holding a box that says like quail, like baby quail, future baby quail eggs, whatever. So I get asked by them and the post office people, and they're like, how many quail do you have? And the one time I like panicked, I was like 100. And at that point, I think we had about 300. And I don't know why I lied to her. I was afraid of what she would think. And she was like, wow, 100? And I'm like, oh my God, what would she have said if I would have said 300? Like, oh my God. So now like when somebody I don't know asks me how many quail I have, like, and it's just like in public and it's not in a like another farm or quail person, I'm like 100. That's just my number. I might have 15,000, but I'll still say 100. That's a lot of quail. I don't ever want 15,000 quail. That's too big for me. 1,500 maybe. But that's more than double what we're at now. I don't know, maybe.
Anyways, Cycle War 360 says Las Vegas is overrated. See?
What? No!
James says, had a lady drive 2 hours away to buy from me this past weekend.
Cool.
Awesome. Congrats. Dennis says, story time, take 3, LOL.
I'm sorry.
Rick says, Central Florida here. Hello. Ed says, they are closing the 9/11 museum permanently.
Really?
Yeah, he just sent me a message on that.
When?
So you better go soon, he says.
But when? I'm really upset.
Here's the article you want.
I wonder if it's because of like funding or
There
what.
you go. You can read and I'll continue. James says, hi all, Lawndale, Falston, North Carolina here. So Urban Farm says we are in Connecticut, but I still work in New York. Witch Doctor says, are these classes we are supposed to sign up for at Quail Con? No, we just have the talks on Sunday.
Yeah,
so there'll be just a scheduled time, and then Saturday will be the quail meal and speaking, friendly hangout time.
Meet and greet.
There you go. Verna says, I know someone so allergic to bees that they can't even eat honey. Wow. Psycho Ward 360 says, I was 31 and a half when 9/11 happened. I'm so old also. I am old also. Not so old, sorry. Witch Doctor says, and keep all expired EpiPens. They are just fine.
That's what I always thought. I'm like, if nothing else, it might stop the reaction enough to stick a second one into my leg. I don't know. And then I'll probably have a heart attack or something. But, at least I did it to myself and not some like flying needle thing.
Verna's talk is on quail basics and small spaces.
Oh my God, Dale. I didn't mention Dale. Dale is doing like a thing too.
Yep.
I'm sorry, Dale. I love you. I'm sorry. It's not personal. I'm just I'm a space cadet. You know this.
Gary Miller's in the house, says, hello, Whiskey Tango Farms, Verna, Ed, and to the rest of the Quail family and friends. Josh says, I don't have bees, but I went down a rabbit hole one night and just watching people maintain their top bar hives on YouTube. Maybe one year I'll have the time to get some bees. It'll be cool. Gary Miller says, from North Carolina, LOL. Little Ridge Farm in the house says, OMG, I'm late. No problem.
Sorry. I'm still trying to figure out when it closes. Starting March 13th.
Quail Town says, okay, why is SLB important?
I don't think that it is. It was created so that you would be able to create like sex-linked chicks at hatch, but you can do that using the Rue gene, like because you can do feral, you can do a Egyptian male. Oh Jesus.
But
crap. I believe I'd have to look at my notes. You can do an Egyptian male over a feral female, and then the babies. See, is that Egyptian male? The babies would be Egyptian females and feral males. They kind of switch. You can do the same thing with Italians and autumn ambers, because an autumn amber is just like an Italian with Rue. So anyways, it was created to do basically that, which we found a way to do it anyways. But some people, like I said, some people that are very into genetics think that it's important. And everybody's entitled to their own opinion. But in my opinion, it doesn't really matter because I know what my lines are and like what I cross. If I'm trying to create a new color, I know that I use this, and their parents are this and this and this and this. And up, like I know it all, like I know where they are coming from. That sounds bad. I know it all. That's not what I mean. So if I cross this color and then it has the sex-linked brown, which other breeders and people into genetics think like muddies the colors, I don't care because that portion isn't going to throw me off because I know like where they came from, like up above. So, but some people, like maybe if you're mixing a lot of different colors and mutations, because there's a lot for quail, that might make it a little more difficult. But in my opinion, it doesn't matter. They taste the same. I actually like sex-linked brown. So I don't think that it is.
Purple Schooly Girl says, hello, everyone from Tucson, Arizona. Hope your week is going very well.
For the longest time, I thought it was Tuscan as a kid, like, because I read a lot. And, like, one of the books I read, they were from Tucson. And
Little Rich Farm says, I was busy and had to wash up, LOL.
Anyhow, I had to read it out loud in class, and I made an idiot out of myself because I was like, it's Tucson.
Verna says, I stopped making pickled eggs to be here, LOL.
Oh, thank you, Verna.
Is that like the t-shirt? I stopped playing video games to be here or something like that.
So this better be good or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know why I have such a tickle.
Tickle you. Is it an itchy nose when you're going to kiss a fool? How do you kiss yourself? You have to kiss your own butt. I love you.
Anyways,
I love you.
Yeah. Frank says, hi, we will see you this weekend. How many birds are you bringing this? Would be my first swap. I have no idea.
I have no idea, too.
We'll
honestly, I was going to say, I'm going to have a lot of eggs. Like, I'm going to bring as many eggs as I can. And I already have quite a few pre-orders. So after that, I'm not sure how much I'm going to have. But I usually will put that together. Tomorrow's Thursday. Probably put it together Friday, honestly, because at least I'm not doing it Saturday morning. I hope.
Joy wants to know, is there a way to tell by looking at the hen's vent if she is laying or not? I have a breeding cage with 4 hens, 1 root, and I'm only getting 2 eggs a day out of that cage.
I mean, you shouldn't be able to tell if they're laying or not, because if they're like prolapsed, you would know, but that's obviously not a good thing. If you have like another cage or like little hospital or something, what I would do is just take 1 out at a time, or even 2 at a time. Keep 2 in the cage and 2 out. You might want to get rid of your male then. Maybe just take 1 out at a time, so then you still have plenty of females in there. And then see who's not laying. So the only problem with that is, like, if you're moving them, that might be enough. Like, if it was a laying hen, that might be enough to like spook her, and she might stop laying like in her temporary space. So it's just a lot of trial and error. So, but I guess I'm curious like how old they are, because they might like just be getting their systems up and running. So maybe all 4 are laying, but maybe they're not like daily, like they're going to be. You know what I mean? Does that make sense? Earth to Brandon, I'm asking if that makes sense.
I wasn't listening to you.
Oh my goodness.
I'm just waiting for you to stop talking. Psychowards 360 says, Cal Ranch out here in Vegas just raised all the prices in the store today. Dang. All bags of feed were $2 and $3 higher today. Wow.
That's a lot too.
It's going to be coming.
And you know what that, like, it just trickles. The poop rolls downhill, guys.
James says, cleaning cages tonight, still listening.
Wait, what about old fashions?
Verna says, pickling eggs, it's faster to do them the old fashioned way than the Instapot.
I just really like old fashions, okay? It's a drink.
Kristin, you need a bag or button that says, what is your username or Facebook/YouTube name? Mm-hmm. A bag. A tag? Tag. Guessing you mean tag, not bag. A bag would be funny.
Just like write your name on a brown paper bag. Have the drink. Ugh.
There's muffin in there. Sorry.
I have like weird tickle in my throat.
Witch Doctor says, so updates on your sprouting project. Sprouting project's going good. She'll say more. We'll get back to that question when she comes back. I apologize. Bad timing. Chris says, hi, all from Portsmouth, Virginia. Hello, thank you for joining. Tim's here. Says, good evening, everybody. Hello. PJ's Family Farm says, hi all, hope you are doing well. Thanks for joining. She's walking back.
I'm getting Tom's first.
Oh, okay.
Sorry.
All right, Papa. I lied, sorry. Jekyll Trunk said, sorry, dealing with customers. I'm back. Aren't you very busy? Otis says, hello, everyone. Kentucky Quail Lucky. Just mixed and matchmaking hold back babies. I'm sorry.
Sorry.
I don't know what that means. I'm
What?
confused. Which doctor wanted to know what your sprouting projects updates are?
Good. I am going to do an update video, but I end up actually having to restart my fodder because, well, I'll show why in the video. So I restarted it. So now instead of like posting like a good video, like, oh yeah, everything went amazing, in typical Kristin fashion, it didn't go super amazing. Like it went well, but like not, the end result wasn't what I wanted. So now I'm like retrying it again. I'll have that and I'll just have that all in one video. And then I ordered some different stuff too. So I'll include that as well. Sorry, I'm like out of breath because I like ran downstairs and then I ran up here because I had like acid reflux and I needed Tums. That's why I was like coughing.
Kelly says, Kristin, ha ha ha, like my favorite comedian says, some people suck, like those who argue about SLB.
Yeah, I mean, I get why some people are concerned about it or whatever. I'm just not. And just like I like certain colors but not others, like I don't really care for Rosettas, but I like other birds. I'm not going to fault somebody else for liking the way a Rosetta looks, you know? So if they like the look of a clean Pharaoh, cool. They do look nice, but I also like the sex-link brown ones. So
Ed wants to know, so when will we get the glow-in-dark quail, or do I have to go to Chernobyl?
there was a guy working on it, actually.
The glow-in-dark quail is going to have to wait because I'm still working on the moody green quail.
The deep moody green.
Yes. Sorry.
Not gangrene. Oh, man. Well, I mean, the cayugas are kind of like a deep moody green. So we just need to like cross a cayuga somehow without killing a quail. Like take like a Graufi, really dark Graufi without sex-link brown, and a cayuga, and like you get a deep moody green quail. Raffle. Sorry.
Otis says, just paired sparkly Andalusians and added sparkly to my Graufis.
Ooh.
That's cool.
I bet those are pretty. I really like Tibetan-based Graufis a lot.
Which doctor says, if I get eggs from some haters, I don't know what that means.
Hatchers?
Or swap and hatch them, do you think we need to worry about AI, or does it not affect eggs?
It can. So yeah, you should be a little concerned. I would keep them separate. I guess I never thought about, like, I've been told it can be carried on eggs, but I mean, I would think that if the eggs had it, that the chicks would probably die in like in the shell, that they wouldn't even really make it out. And that you'd probably, like, they would all be wiped out within a couple of days. I would say hatch them out and make sure you're practicing really good biosecurity. So, like, you know, if you do something with them, make sure you wash your hands, like your clothes and stuff really good before you go buy your other quail. And if they have AI, they're all going to die in a couple of days. So, but.
Kelly says, I can tell when my birds are laying because the birds' vents look way larger / more horizontal, but that's just how I tell on mine.
Like just laid an egg, or you mean like you can check in the morning and yeah.
Laying in general. I don't know.
I guess I've never. I mean, I guess when we like flip them over and check, that's because we're vent sexing them and they might not be quite laying yet. So I hate vent sexing. I hate.
Jasmine says, "Oh, a friend of mine who knows me, who knows I am obsessed with quail, bought me a T-shirt that says, 'Sorry, I can't. It's hatch day,' with a quail. I love my people get me."
That's awesome. I can't. It's hatch day.
The poop balls. I must have missed something. Yeah, and the poop ball.
Oh, because I said
it's
poop
bigger than
rolls
farther.
downhill.
Oh.
I forgot why I said that though. Why did I say that?
Ed says quail poop just splats on the floor.
Or the wall. Oh my gosh. They have like, sometimes they have projectile poo. It's disgusting.
Oh, it says hatch day is real, LOL.
Yes.
Essel Swanson says Whiskey Tango doesn't supply bags, so the bag is out of the question.
What did you call me? No, I'm just kidding. I hope you're joking.
Jasmine says, yes, I am wearing it today. Now I need Verna's idea quail math tee from Feathered Connections.
There you go. I have a sticker from Kelly from Feather Connections, and it says, "Quailing is my jam." I've been saving it to put on my like dream truck, so hopefully it's sticky in a few years. It's going to be a while. I think.
Kelly says, have you guys tried fodder for your quail? I am doing it now supplementally, and they seem to enjoy at least the grassy sprout part of it.
So that was actually part of the, I guess I'll just tell you guys, like, it's not a big deal. So I started the fodder and it was going really, really well. And I have it on my shelf by like the grow lights and stuff. Cause I'm like, it was like a dark green, but not super dark green. I'm like, oh, I'll give it more light. Light plus water equals algae. So I think either I let them go too far or like there was algae or something. I tried giving the fodder to the rabbits. They didn't want to have anything to do with it. And at first I thought it's just because they were like shy and like not sure of it. So I'm like, I'll go give it to the chickens because they'll literally eat anything. Because I know like our quail tend to be kind of skittish with new food. And it usually takes 2 or 3 times before they'll try some things like cucumbers. So I gave it to the chickens and they like sniffed it and kind of pecked at it and like left it alone. Like, oh, it must not be good, because chickens will eat like literally anything, including chicken. They would probably eat a human, like if given the choice. So when they like kind of like looked at it and like didn't care about it and they weren't excited, cannibalistic, like all over it, I was like, so I actually went back to the rabbit cages and I like picked it out because I'm like, I hope they don't even nibble on it, like, because if the chickens don't eat it, it's probably I messed it up. So I'm redoing it. I'm not gonna let it go as far. I'm gonna keep the light away from it. Or at least not put it under the light. I'm done now. I'm sorry. You need to talk or I'm going to just keep talking. I don't like the
James
silence.
says, I haven't started to ship anything. People come to my shop to buy. I try to sell my birds for $5 each and my eggs $6 a dozen. How much do you sell for?
It depends on the age of the bird and what kind of bird it is. So like we'll start our chicks at $5, but then we run deals. Like if you buy more, like we'll give you a deal on them and stuff. And that's kind of part of that swap. Like like I said, we go to a lot of like animal swaps, and that's just kind of a thing that we do around here is we like barter and trade and stuff like that. So we do a lot of trading as well, for like stuff we need. And then the eggs, it depends on if they're local or like at swaps. Sometimes we'll run deals and stuff. Like if we have an abundance and we don't feel like eating them, obviously like eating eggs aren't quite as much. So I guess like on average, $1 per egg up to like $1.60, I think. I'd have to do the math on it. So some varieties we do a little bit more. What did you do? He like zoomed in. I didn't know you could do that on there.
Me either, because I didn't really mean to. I was scrolling and somehow it like
I mean, if you did it on here, I'd understand, but I don't know how you did that. That's interesting. Okay, anyhow, squirrel.
Well, touchpad zooms. You didn't know that?
Yeah, but
like you just.
I didn't know it would do it in the browser. I guess I've done it like in InDesign and Illustrator. Whatever. Anyhow, sorry you guys. Yeah.
I have no idea where you were at.
Well, we were talking about. Oh, it's not touchscreen. Oh my gosh. About prices and how much you charge them for.
Mm. Kelly's like, oh no, he didn't. Deep moody green.
Oh my god.
And Jasmine's, shh yourself, sir.
But I think it's a really good idea, dude. If there's a deep moody green quail, like a Cayuga colored quail, I'd be all over that. Or like
And Verna says would be cool to have a deep moody green that lays emerald eggs. LOL.
Yeah, so we need to get an emu and Cayuga and a quail somehow have like a. I'm just gonna stop talking. Okay, you can just go now.
Ed says that's what a turkey baster is for, Kristin. You can have green quail.
So actually, the glowing quail, there was somebody, and they had a Discord server about it, and I like messaged him. He was originally like trying to make quail with arms instead of wings, and something happened in the experiment where all of a sudden, I don't know why, but he was like looking at the quail in the dark or something. He had pictures that he sent me of this quail that was like glowing like on the wings, and I'm like, that's super messed up. I'm like, it just weirded me out. Like it's very cool, but like I got Jurassic Park like visions, and I'm like, it shouldn't glow, but apparently it's possible.
PJ Family Farm says I'm processing a bunch of extra quails this weekend. Finally,
Yay.
Going to make more pickled eggs too.
Woohoo.
S.L. Swanson says, yay, Jasmine. He's working on your color. Kelly says, Otis, we keep setting eggs weekly, 200 each week or more. Busy lately, but might as well get while getting is good.
Amen.
And Jasmine says, ha ha ha, S.L. Swanson, yep. She's got the Laffy and the little vial and genetics and dinosaurs. And
see Jurassic Park, man. Jurassic Park.
Oh, on here it was a dinosaur.
Why does it look like a boar? Oh, it's just brown. Okay.
Kelly says, I thought Brandon told me that's how he tells on hens, bigger vents. Who knows? LOL, I might have just bad that crap up. What?
She just came up with it and went with it. But you said that there is a shape.
There is a different shape.
But you're not talking about like.
And they do have slightly larger hole.
Cloacas.
Yeah.
It's a cloaca.
Whatever. What she said.
When I have to explain what that is, okay, so I had a really he's still my boss because I'm still part-time. We had a conversation about like chickens. It started with chickens, which obviously then I started talking about quail, talking about like the mating or whatever. And I said something about how they like all their reproductive organs are inside. They don't have external like humans do. The cat just jumped. Sorry. And like we were talking about that. He's like, wait, so they poop and lay eggs out of the same hole? And I'm like, well, kind of, yeah, sort of. And he's like, and you just eat that? I'm like, well, I mean, I'm not licking the shell. That would be super gross. So then we were talking about the bloom and all that, and that's very interesting. I think I taught him something. But then we started talking about ducks' reproductive organs, and I'm not going to get into it on here, but you can look up what kind of organ a drake has. It's very interesting. Anyhow, you can go. That really weirded him out.
Verna says, you said poop about the prices jumping up, and I said it's getting bigger as it comes down.
Yes, exactly.
Witch Doctor says, so you can customize a Quail Con t-shirt to include the YouTube logo with the usernames on them.
Oh. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
I can look into it. That's a good idea. I have a feeling that it'd be very expensive though.
Yeah, Yeah.
Because a lot of times, like what they do is they'll make like a what is that called? A
silk
screen. But these are print on demand that will probably do. I don't know. I can look into it. Yes.
We'll see.
Yeah, it's a good idea.
Kelly says, I'm going to bring iron-on letters to add tickle trunk on mine. They probably can't do that financially feasible.
I do have a Cricut, you guys. So like we could make it happen. It's just that not everybody's would have it. And sometimes iron-on is kind of a pain in the tush. But yeah, we could we'll see. I'll look into it. It's a good idea.
Kelly says, Kristin, I got so many fodder tips. I don't use lights because seeds sprout underground without lights, so I figured, why bother? LOL, I noticed my whole wheat sprouts the best and barley molds more.
Interesting. So I'm just sticking to the alfalfa for now.
Because we have a crap ton of it.
Yeah. And I know that my rabbits like alfalfa. And so do the quail. So I figured like they would like the sprouts. Although obviously like that does taste a little bit different. What kind of sprouts are on like the Jimmy John's sandwiches? Are those alfalfa sprouts? I think they are. I like them. I did try these ones and they were really good. I was talking to Witch Doctor and she said she was trying like different stuff too and like give me different tips on different seeds. So I haven't even gotten that far into it yet. Like different kinds. I'm just trying to not let them like rot and find out what it needs to look like that the animals will eat them and that they don't get algae, which Witch Doctor actually gave me more tips on like the algae thing too. So I'm super excited to try this second batch. Well, now the second batch might be ruined, but I ordered something else so I can use those tips and tricks on that. But it might take me 3 tries with this tower thing I got from Junks. Anyhow, yeah.
Verna says, Kristin, you need a gene splicer.
That sounds like very Pinky in the Brain type of work. What are you going to do tonight, Pinky?
Take over the world.
No, the same thing we try to do every night, Brain.
Shut
God,
up.
get your stuff together, man.
Kelly says, haha, turkey baster. I mentioned that in my live talking about jumbos.
I have a couple of friends. Obviously, like the age I'm at, like a lot of my friends are trying to reproduce and have babies right now, like human babies. And there's been a lot of jokes about turkey basters, and it's funny. I'm glad that people can have a sense of humor about it. But I would not want to get like, I don't know. I know people do like AI for like turkeys and dogs and like whatever animal boars.
Artificial insemination.
Yeah, which I said AI, didn't I?
Yeah. Well, that's what it is. So
a different kind of AI though, like not avian influenza. Like,
I just wanted to
be clear. Sure. Yes. I don't want to have any part in
Josh says, labs. I had a friend who is a research scientist. Ooh. And she grew, she had glow-in-the-dark mice.
That's so cool. That's pretty neat.
Pictures she showed me were really cool. That's cool.
Yeah, the update pictures of the quail that this guy had, he had them like different generations. And like, I think they're like the very first generation, or maybe it was the first bird. I can't remember. It's just a very little bit of glow. And then like the third picture, like almost the whole wing was glowing, like, and like it was even into like the feather shafts. All right, I'll be right back.
Sorry.
Cool. Is that you? You're dumb.
Anyways,
freaking
Ed got bait said, that'd be a mad scientist. Talking about gene splicing. Sorry, I missed parts. And Ed says, but the one that does it, or Verna says, but what the one does is the gene splicers. S.L. Swanson says, Brandon has a laser for adding to the t-shirts. Ha ha ha.
We just burn them.
That's an idea. That could be.
Sorry, the cats are being naughty.
I don't know how many I could actually do.
Oh, you can do that on t-shirts without burning them?
Yeah. like permanently burning them.
That's cool.
Ed says, so who's going to try and grow Azula? I don't know what that is.
Arugula, maybe? Azula. Let me look. Mosquito ferns?
Which doctor says, Kristin, whatever you use to sprout, cover the container so the light won't get in.
Yeah, I learned our lesson with that too, even with our like waterers. Oh, Azula, A-Z-U-L-A? Nope, that's something like a cartoon.
It was like that.
Azolla, A-Z-O-L-L-A. Oh, it's Azala. A-Z-O-L-L-A is a genus of 7 species of aquatic ferns in the family Sylvanaceae. Oh, like duckweed. You and your duckweed. I know Dale said he grows comfrey, which is like duckweed. So Azolla is just the fancy word for duckweed. Okay.
Jasmine says, I feed alfalfa sprouts on day 5 and 6 and only water mine once a day using the exact tower as yours, Kristin. My quail and chickens freak out. Love them.
I feel like, because the one time that I started some seeds, I only like watered them in the morning, and you're supposed to do it 2 to 3 times a day. And like they definitely took longer to take off. So I wonder, the first day do you do them twice, or just the whole time, just once a day? And it just takes longer, maybe. Good news is it goes like really fast. Like you can try a lot of different things in a short amount of time, kind of like quail. Fodder is the quail of the plant world.
Sprouts.
Yeah.
Kelly says, ooh, alfalfa, great idea. I've not tried it, but got a great setup. I'll have to send you pics of mine. Jasmine says, and just know that sprouts and vegetable roots and legumes are typical fodder. Grasses are prepped a little differently, and I have found quail to prefer sprouts over fodder and waste less.
Wait, go put. I mean, alfalfa is a grass, technically, right?
Mm-hmm.
So maybe I can try some different stuff. Like
Josh says, Ed, I've heard Azula is great for animal feed.
I mean, it's very high in protein. I know that. That's why we've been talking about it, because obviously, like with supply chain stuff.
Ed says, Josh, yes, is very good for fish, to cattle, or humans. Also great fertilizer. Jasmine says, I am lazy and I just do it once a day.
Not lazy, you're busy.
Josh says, fodder is the quail of the plant world. Would be a cool t-shirt.
There you go.
Ed says, Azula is bigger than duckweed.
Oh, well, I suppose it must be because it said. Oh, I should read the whole thing. Okay, so let me just read this. Azala, which is a mosquito fern, duckweed fern, fairy moss, or water fern, this is from Wikipedia, is a genus of 7 species of aquatic ferns in the family Sylvanaceae. They are extremely reduced in form and specialized, looking nothing like other typical ferns, but more resembling duckweed or some mosses. Azolla filicoides, I totally butchered that, is one of just 2 fern species for which a reference genome has been published. And then there's like a little picture. It kind of looks like, oh, maybe not. From far away, it looked like 4-leaf clovers. That's not working. No. I'm sorry. I'm done. You can just look on Wikipedia yourself, because that was a fail.
Verna says, personally, Kristin, I would put them in a jar with water for 24 hours, then put them in the tower.
Yeah, I was, that was one of the things which doctor and I were talking about, that she just does it in a jar, actually. So I bought these like special little lid things, but then like we talked about like how she covers them and stuff. I'm going to try it. So because you can do a lot more too. Like I'm only doing 2 teaspoons per tray, and she does a half a cup at a time in a half-gallon thingy. So that's a lot more. I'll definitely go through a lot of alfalfa then.
Jasmine says alfalfa is a legume.
Oh my gosh. You're the plant guru, and I'm not worthy. What are you doing? That's weird. Okay.
It says basically set it and forget it.
Is it the end? The end?
Yeah.
Well, I wonder. I'll have to just look at more about alfalfa. Okay, so in my adventures, okay, story time since we're to the bottom anyways. In my adventure to want to grow more stuff this year, like it started with vegetables, but then I'm like, oh, but then herbs, I can do that all year round. But then Brandon's like, well, what does this do? And what does that do? And then I have this herb book and I'm looking into that. And like, I'm looking at all these like recipes for tinctures and balms and teas and whatever. And it's very overwhelming. And then I'm like finding myself like scrolling through on Baker Creek again. And I'm like, nope, not doing it. So I actually made a list in my phone of stuff I want to try next year. But like, there's just so much to know and learn. Like, I know I texted you about it, Jess. It's just like so overwhelming. There's just so much. There's so much. So I'm trying to listen to him and like kind of take baby steps because I already actually like went like way down the rabbit hole. Way down. So not really down the rabbit hole. I just like bought a lot more than what I probably need at all. But then I also have a really hard time, and you know this. he got a bunch of like pepper seeds, and there was, I don't know, 20 to a packet. I'm like, oh, cool. Okay, so I need this many more trays and this much more dirt. And he's like, no, just plant 6 of the seeds. I'm like, but you have like 20 here. Why don't we just plant them all? And he's like, because I don't need that many. I'm like, yeah, but then we'll just blah, 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 we'll freeze it and we'll blah, 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 and we'll sell it and blah, blah, blah. And he's like, just plant 6 seeds. I planted 8 of each kind. The names on those were really cool. It was like yellow monkey butt face or something was one of them. And then there was a pineapple, Aji pineapple.
Ahi pineapple.
But it's spelled with a J, I suppose. Okay. Oh God, I'm dumb. Ahi pineapple, and there was lemon drop.
Mm-hmm. Ahi lemon drop.
But then there was like yellow monkey butt face or something. I can go look at the packet. I swear it's a yellow monkey butt face pepper.
I think it said yellow monkey face.
Oh.
Something.
I don't know where I got the butt part.
Where was I? Dr. Connie says, can I sprinkle flax seeds into the quail feed? Would it increase the omega-3s in their eggs?
I don't see why not.
I don't know if it would increase it or not.
I don't know if it will or not either. I was just thinking, maybe would you have to do like what you do with your chia seeds for nano, like soak them, otherwise they don't absorb them. Birds are different though. I don't know. The answer is, for me, I don't know. But that is interesting. I'll have to look into that. That's a good question.
She says, sorry for asking so late. No problem.
No, that's okay. Better
We're
late
here
than
to
never.
talk.
Yes.
Kelly says, OMG, I love herbal medicine.
Well, that's what, okay, so I bought this herb book, and it tells you like how to harvest them and when to harvest them and what parts you harvest and what parts of the plant can be used for what. But then there's like all these recipes, and then there's this thing at the back of the book with recommendations to these other sites. And then all these other sites have all these other books, and oh my God, I could have so many books. Like I could go broke on books. It's really hard to pick and choose. And then sometimes, you know, you buy a book and it actually really sucks. That sucks. So like I also don't like doing that. So I really like, I know it's like on the Self-Sufficient Quail group, people have posted like books and stuff that they're into. And even that, I have a really long list of books I want from there too. It's like ridiculous. But word of mouth is definitely very beneficial. Kelly, I can send you a picture of the one I have. It was actually one that Jasmine recommended. And I really, really, really like it. I'll just grab it.
Josh says, I sprouted flaxseed in a small tray full of seed starting mix, and my quail mostly used it as a dust bath.
Oh.
Interesting.
That sucks.
Jasmine says, honestly, I really love the towers for sprouts for the birds. I love the mat of sprouts it creates over the sprouts jars, which is great for human consumption, just my personal preference.
Yeah, I do like it. Like, I'm weird where I like when they're all like tangled together and it's like a like round sheet of them. I think it's cool. But the book that I have that Jasmine recommended, it's Homegrown Herbs, and it's by Tammy Hartung. And it goes through, there's over 100 different herbs in here. Oops, sorry. And it tells you like when to harvest them and what they can be used for and other names that they might be called. But then she tells you like how to preserve them and how to use them and recipes and how do you make a tincture. And it's like just so much. And like I could just read this over and over again and it's amazing. And then I just wanted to show the other one that Jasmine recommended that I got. And this one, I didn't utilize this one as much as I wish I would have bought in this earlier in the year. I'll definitely use it more next year. But it tells you like you can write down when you should start this seed and when you should start that seed. And it goes by, you can write in dates in my area of like before last frost date and all that. So yeah, this one I haven't used as much as I would like to, but there's a lot of good information here, but this for like herbal medicine, like, yes, love it. I think I'm hoping, even though it overwhelms me a little bit, I think it'll be a good starting point.
Jasmine says, I love you, Kristin.
Love you too.
Josh says, I love the lemon drop. I had the yellow monkey face a few years ago, but the deer got to my plants.
Oh no.
Yeah, the lemon drop is the one I grew that one a few years ago. And that was the one I couldn't find the seeds for and I had to order. But
is that the one that kind of looks like banana pepper? But
yeah, it was more
of a waxy.
This long.
Oh, that's not the one. Maybe I'm talking about probably an actual banana pepper.
Oh, you were talking. Yeah, it was the whatever.
Didn't you get some seed from like that no one else has, like really rare seed? I didn't see that though.
Yeah,
that you got for free. I don't think we planted it.
Jasmine said, I love the quail love the flaxseed. Just give sparingly, too much fatty seeds, slow egg production.
I know, well, you were asking like specifically about like the omega-3s, but I know greenery in their diet too will give you that really pretty dark yolk. Because I know like a lot, that's why like free range chickens, for instance, like more people know more about chickens, so I'll just use that. But like when you go to the grocery store and you buy those eggs, and we're talking just like, your Great Value or Quick Trip brand or whatever eggs, you crack them open, the yolk is like yellow, just like yellow. Pale yellow. But like if you get a free range chicken egg, like true free range chicken, it is like orange because of all the nutrients in it, and it's because they forage and they like eat bugs and greenery, and those things are all very good if you're looking for some of that color in your eggs. But then you want to make sure you offer grit because they don't have teeth, they have crops.
Kelly says, I can send you the book I use. It's
yes,
End All Be All.
Okay, yes, definitely do that.
Josh says the Hungarian wax pepper looks like banana peppers. Yeah, I believe that's the one I was growing.
I know we tried pickling it, but we did something wrong. Like the water, like the vinegar got really gross. Or was that something else?
Something else.
It was like your first year growing peppers, and we tried pickling them, or we didn't. Or maybe you didn't grow enough. I don't remember. It was when we lived in the duplex. And like Olivia was an itty bitty baby.
Yeah, I don't know what you're talking about. What was wrong with them?
I don't know. We pickled them and they looked weird, or they tasted weird.
I think they tasted and looked just fine. So that's like I'm really confused.
Maybe we tried them too soon. Maybe I had a dream about it. I don't know.
Anywho.
Also, like the amount of peppers that we have, I'm like, and I don't know why. Like I think it's because I got a canner for Christmas. I need to like get some canning ideas and plans in route here, but
and jars.
Yes, jars and lids. I I was like, oh, we'll just can peppers. And Brandon's like, you mean blanch and freeze? I'm like, so that'll be a next adventure, like growing all this food. And I know what's going to happen. I'm like, oh my God, we have all this food. What are we going to do with it? And I'm going to have to like hurry up and try to like figure out how to preserve what. So, because I know, like, I don't know why I thought you can can a pepper, can't you? You can can anything. You can can milk. Kind of creeps me out, but you can do it. People do it. I was going to say something, I forgot what it was, but that's okay.
Is that it?
I think so. Sorry. Well, thank you everybody for joining us. We had a lot of fun. Please don't forget to hit like, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you can see our upcoming videos. And like I said, I'm going to be working on that fodder video. Now you guys kind of already got a preview or knowledge of it. And then hopefully more video ideas upcoming. Be sure to look out for the model call for the Quail Daddies. And then the first ever Quail Mamas calendar. I'm super excited to do that. And then I'll have all the details on there. And there's some people that I'm like really hoping to do it with me. Like, because I think that it would be a lot, like just editing the pictures and stuff for the Quail Daddies and like running that and like doing that and like be on the back end of that was so much fun. And like, it made me so happy and like just the humor and it was a lot of fun. So I'm really looking forward to like being more of a part of it by being a Quail Mama. And like, I have ideas of what I want to do and stuff. And I have to order my like costume or whatever you want to call it, like the stuff I'm going to wear for it. But I'm super excited. So anyhow, thanks again, everybody, for tuning in. Check us out on Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram. Info at whiskeytangofarms.net if you have any questions. And then, of course, we sell our hatching eggs on whiskeytangofarms.net. And then we will also be at the PK Amherst, Wisconsin swap this weekend. If there's something that you want us to bring, please let us know ahead of time and we can make arrangements. Otherwise, we'll probably be kind of picky on what we bring because we won't bring anything back. So, yeah. Anyhow, have a good night and we'll see you guys next week. Bye.